welcome back to another video here on Sam's Crafty Castle. And today I have another very kind of easy card. There's not super technique heavy is what I'm looking for. And actually I made this last year when I was just sort of like playing around in my craft room a little bit. It was around Father's Day. I made this into a Father's Day card. My dad doesn't do books, so I don't really know what inspired me to do this, but I was just kind of messing around, which is one of those days. I think it's really important to have that kind of stuff when in your craft room, where you have a day where you just sort of like follow the vibe and don't necessarily go in with like, oh, I need a birthday card, or oh, I need this, or oh, I need that. Like, I think it's kind of fun to just sort of play. In your craft room sometimes. I think it's very good for everyone. That's what I always say with like the crop and create events, is that the crop and create events are in a way my time to play and like not feel like I have to make something super amazing for the channel, or make something super specific for someone or something. But I this was one of those days where I'm sure, because I actually filmed this last year, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. This is an old video that I've had sitting around. And since it was a Father's Day card, I saved it for now. And I have a feeling it was probably when I was making my dad's Father's Day card last year, which you will see next week. And my next video is the one that he actually got. So I think I was just sort of like already in the mode of like, oh, I have to do that. And then I had this big bear and this little bear. And because it was that time of year, I turned it into a Father's Day card because that felt like a good choice. This was sort of inspired by, I had this, I go to double check this in case there's another one, but I don't think there is. The Den Sweet Den stamp set from Lawn Fawn, and it has a whole bunch of like housey things in it. Like there's a lamp and like all that kind of stuff, right? Den Sweet Den, that makes sense because that's what bears live in. So it's a very like furniture set. I don't know. That's an awful way to describe it, but hopefully you understand what I'm trying to get at. And it's had this pile of books in it, and since I bought or got that set, 'cause I'm pretty sure that was a gift from my dad. Most of my Lawn Fawn sets are. And I had this that stack of books, and I wanted to put the baby bear on the stack of books. And I may have seen that somewhere, I don't know. But I thought it would be cute, and I really wanted to do it. So then I thought it would be cute to have the big bear right next to him, and then it just sort of accidentally turned into a Father's Day card. I also did this. In my head, I really like, this is the snowfall background from Gina K Designs, and it's a really fun pattern. And I wanted to do like a tone-on-tone kind of background for it, so I went that direction, and it just didn't show up as much as I would like it to, especially with how I end up finishing the card. So this is me deciding that maybe I don't like it as much as I wanted to. It was just a little subtle, and I wish it was a little bit more, like you could see it a little bit better, which I don't know what I was expecting, because that's like tone-on-tone backgrounds are supposed to be subtle, like that's how it works. But for some reason, I don't know, I wasn't vibing with it. But honestly, you don't see much of it, and I don't even think I end up using it. Do I have the picture? I do have the picture. I don't end up using it anyway. So, but it is still fun. I think maybe just like on a different color or a different card or something, but it just ended up not quite fitting the vibes. So I didn't use it, because sometimes that happens. You try things and it just doesn't quite work, or it just doesn't look the way you want it to. And that's okay. It's just paper. That's all it is. So you can keep it. I do think I ended up throwing that one out because I just really didn't like that one. But you can also just keep it and use it on a different card if you want. I'm trying to remember now if I threw it out or not, and I'm pretty sure I did. So this is me. I was still going to try to use it. And then I realized, too, that I also really wanted to stamp on, like, directly on the card. So I was like, or for the greeting. So I was like, well, I can't really, like, stamp on top of the gray now that I've put the background on there, like it's gonna get lost. And maybe now thinking about it now, like I said, this is probably a solid year ago that I filmed this. I probably still could have gotten away with it, because the background was so subtle. But I don't know. I guess it probably really was more just like I just wasn't vibing with it, so I decided to do something different. So I also used I was going brown and blue was sort of my color scheme for this one. It's one of my favorite color palettes, I guess, to use for a masculine card. Is brown and blue and gray usually. That's why I had the gray that I was trying to add in there. So I did that, and then I put the little bears on this ivory piece, which is also a little bit different. Normally, I probably would have done white, but I was like, let's be a little bit different and try the ivory, and I thought that was cute. And there's also a picture frame, I'm pretty sure. I shouldn't say that because I don't have the stamp set in front of me. But there's like a picture frame in this set, and I kind of wish I would have put the picture frame in the background, like watching this back now. And then I also used my gray Copic marker to just ground my bears a little bit so that they weren't just like floating. I don't usually mind floating critters and animals and stuff. Like, it's a little bit of a suspension of disbelief thing for me, but I just thought they needed it. And I'm realizing that I could have also fixed that by putting the picture frame in the background. If that even exists, I might be making that up. So, or maybe I'm confusing it with another set. I don't know. I have a little picture frame somewhere. I know that. And then I used my favorite Father's Day greeting set, which is this Simply Seasonal by Newton's Nook, which is unfortunately discontinued, but it's an amazing set that has about 1,000 holidays in it. So it is my go-to for like obscure holidays that I don't make a ton of cards for. Like Father's Day, there's St. Patrick's Day in there, there's, I think there's 4th of July in there, there's Easter, like, all kinds of things. But I really wish it was not discontinued, because I would recommend it to everyone if it was, but it is, unfortunately. So that's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. I'll see you again soon, and have a crafty day.